everybody, and welcome to my channel. I am Donna E. Knight, and I'm so glad you're here today. We have another great topic. I always say that, right? Because every topic is a great topic. And today we are going to talk about how the environment and the universe connects to mankind. Do you believe that that's true? Great question, isn't it? And I have Nicole Charles here with me today. I love having a guest because I hate talking by myself. And I love having a guest, and she is going to join me today, and we are going to discuss the connection between mankind and the universe. So stick around. Welcome, Nicole. Of course, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And we are going to talk about the universe and our connection to not just universe, well, first environment, then the universe, and I want to get your take on it.
Wonderful.
And I'm glad that you're joining me in the discussion today. Do you want to give the listeners your handle?
Yes, you can reach me at rootsgaza1619.
All right, everyone. So let's dig in. So Nicole, I have some questions, some things that I just think about when I think about mankind, because really I'm very, 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 very meticulous about how I discuss religion and spirituality. Woo. Just this video today, I hope that people can learn from the video. Some things that we're going to touch on in just a minute, like the environment and our connection with the planet. But that is one of the things that I hope people can leave when this video ends, is they can leave with a little bit more power.
That's it.
I want the people to have some power, to take some of your power back. So you may be listening to this discussion, and you may be saying to yourself, why is this important? Why do we need to know who you're asking the question to? Why do we need to know about the planet, the suns, and our connection and the environment? Why do we need to know these things? Because it's important, because you are operating at a lower level, and so you're less empowered. And I want you to be empowered. I want you to be empowered to really take control of your destiny and take control of your life. And a part of getting back that power is having the information. So boom, here's the information. Okay? So let's talk a little bit about like our connection with like our outside planet, like the sun and the moon. Do you believe there is a connection between mankind and our planet?
Yes.
Great.
And here's why. So we just think on a basic level, those same elements that are in space, in the universe, in the galaxies, in the air, and the planet are the same elements that are in us. We have hydrogen, we have oxygen, we have carbon, which is melanin. We have all of those same elements. We're the same. And it sounds crazy, but really, yes, we're the same as that tree outside. We're those same elements, just shaped and formed differently. And in my understanding, all of that material is God. It's a part of God. It's what God has used to shape and mold the earth, us as His children, the parts of space. It's all that same material.
Right. So it has to be a connection because there's one creator.
Correct.
So, and I put it in the sense like this, like my children, Lakeland, who's holding the camera, her nose is running, and Mason and Ethan. They're three different people, but very connected because they came out of my womb.
Right.
So Lakeland, Mason, and Ethan, well, some people say they look alike, but to me they all look very different. But most people say they favor. Most people say me and my sister, we look alike, but we're very different people. And I like to look at the universe and the planet in that same context. So Lakeland's my daughter, Ethan's my sister. All of these things, the tree, Nicole, my husband, the grass, the lake, they're all my brother, my sister, my cousin, my aunt.
Right.
We're all related because one creator carried us in his womb.
Right.
Yes, he carried the tree in his womb because the creator knew we would need oxygen. Okay? Right. So, and that's how I look at it. It's because even though we're all in different forms, even though Lakeland is different from Mason, she's still my child.
Variations of you and your husband.
Exactly. And that's what we are. So if God, who to me, based on what I've studied and read and what I believe, doesn't have a pure form.
Correct.
His form is all things. But I believe that if he had a form, his form would look like us. It would look like you. It would look like me. It would look like my daughter. And I believe that's the joy that the Creator receives from the life experience that we have, is because he's experiencing all of these things through all these beautiful
Correct.
people.
Just based on the material that's used, it's the same. It's all free. That's all God. That's me. That's you. That's everything. I remember a friend of mine when she was pregnant, and she was like, Nicole, do you realize that as I am breathing in, I am taking in all of the elements of the universe
Oh, yeah.
to develop, for my child to develop. I literally breathing in God. And I've never forgotten that. That is amazing. So that connection, those elements, everything, those building blocks of everything is God, and we're a part of
That
that.
is God.
We're not separate.
We're not separate, and so we're really not separate from each other, and that makes it even more important for us to realize that we can't discount or discredit each other,
No.
because like we're all kind of in this together. I mean,
Yes.
of course, you're not going to connect every single person that you meet. You're not going
Right.
to have that special bond with every single person.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you can't discount or discredit anything, because all of that is a formation
Right.
of the greater
If
Creator.
you don't agree or whatever, you can just let that person be and move on. You don't have to be negative in any way. That person is
That's
free
so
to be
true.
themselves.
That's right, because it's a choice.
Exactly.
Because it's a choice.
Exactly.
So does the universe drive us? Is the universe behind us pushing us? Or is the universe saying, you know what, I'm going to just let them float out there until they find out where they want to go?
Sometimes it feels like that. Where we at? I don't know what to do next. I'm waiting. Like, you feel me? But yeah, it feels like that, and I think just from things that I have read and understood. So if we just look at the universe as like a blank canvas or a mirror that just sort of takes what we're saying, our thoughts, our feelings, and takes that and reflects it in our lives. So if you
Oh, I bet some people not going to be able to handle that, Nicole. Oh, they're creating their reality? What?
yes, we're allowed to do it, right? Isn't that when God says free will?
Free will.
Like definitely there, definitely guiding and making some adjustments at times. But I believe that.
I believe I think that's so powerful, because yes, the universe is there, and yes, they're listening, because remember we said you ask the question. So
Right.
yes, the universe is there and the universe is listening,
Yes.
but at the same time, it is allowing you to shape that reality.
Right. There's an action.
Yes.
And I know that we've talked about this before. The debate whether do I pray and ask and sit back and wait, or do I participate in some way? And that could be asking that question, listening, staying open, providing information to myself so I can continue to grow. But sometimes there's action.
There's
I think
action.
the sort of putting stuff out there and waiting sometimes isn't
It's
how
not
that works.
enough.
It's not enough.
And not saying that doesn't work, because our subconscious and conscious speaks it, but like you said, sometimes that is not enough. Sometimes you need the energy.
Correct.
The universe needs that movement, that energy. Like even though right now you and I are producing energy, you're
Yes.
producing energy sitting there, I'm producing energy, and the universe is feeling our energy, and they're feeding the space. But mentally, you gotta create some energy going on up there.
Yes.
You gotta create some energy going on, and the universe can feed that. And I've told you this story before. Sometimes asking the question is enough, and sometimes it isn't. And I've experienced both. And I have experienced where I asked a very specific question to God,
Yes.
to the ultimate one, and I told him, I said, I'm talking to you, God.
Okay.
Not be confused. I'm talking to you. Here is my question, and I want an answer to that. And I told you this story. And it took a couple of nights, maybe 2 or 3, but I kept asking the question.
Right.
Because I really didn't know what to do.
Right.
I really was in a conundrum. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know which choice to make. And I kept asking the question. I was very insistent. And I'll never forget laying in the bed, and I was in between the sleep stage and the not in between that stage. And I very clearly remember in my right ear the voice answering my question. And it said it in. Now it did have an accent, and I think I told you it had a very strong accent. But the Spirit came to me and answered my question and gave me what I needed.
Yes.
And I think that the Spirit and I think that God knows what we need because you're different from me, and He knows. But to be insistent enough to say, I need this to go to the next step.
Right.
I think the universe absolutely hears us, and it is connected to us, and God is working on our behalf. And then there's been instances before where it really wasn't any movement and it wasn't any answers, and so I just moved on to the next thing and just kept on
Maybe
going.
that was the answer.
And maybe that was the answer.
We're gonna figure it out, right? Like, okay, you figured it out this time.
And then a couple of months later on, I found out that the question wasn't that important. So things tend to work out. But I just believe in that connection, and I believe that the only way people can really become empowered is to become aware of that connection. So what would you say, Nicole, are ways that people can key in on the connection, things that they can glean from the universe and say, aha, I knew we were connected, I knew you were listening to me. What things would you say stand out to you or through your experience that has proven that concept to be true?
Okay, so getting back to what you're saying as far as energy and generating an energy, I believe that when you're asking for things or you need clarity or whatever it is, or just being grateful about things, there's a certain energy and charge that's needed, so that you're not coming from a place of lacking, which I think is what a lot of people do. We ask for things we don't have versus giving thanks and speaking in a way or asking the word we already have. So if I'm looking, and I hate to put this in terms of like a car, but it's just simple. Say I need a car. So it's like, not, hey, I need a car. This not I need. I want. It is. Thank you for blessing my life so fully. Thank you for always providing for me. I know that you're always there supporting me. It doesn't have to be this. Can you kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus, I need this. I want that. In that frame, because that's sort of coming from a place of lack, like you don't have, it's a negative.
Which is producing the lack energy.
Right.
So it's really sending lack back to you.
So you're just going to send that back to you and continue and sort of cultivate more of it.
Right.
Instead of being grateful for the life you have and its fullness.
That's a good example.
Whether you have that car or not, your life is full and blessed.
Because I think that's the misconception is one of our conditioning formats that we've learned in our lives is that being blessed is equated to material things.
Right.
So when you're equating everything to material value, to a car, to a house, or to a certain number or an amount, it can make you come from a place of lacking.
Right.
Because you're looking at the Joneses saying, well, I don't have
the world
that.
tells you you're lacking. If you don't have this, you're lacking.
Yes.
You're less than. You
Right.
have this, that, and the other thing.
You're just at the bottom.
Exactly.
And that is a man concept. That is a man-made concept, and that has nothing to do. Because here's the thing that I believe, and I believe this is a powerful thing for everyone to believe, is that you're just as great as anyone else who has $1 million or who doesn't have $1 million. You're just as great, right? Okay, and if that is your destiny, and if you have within you that you want to have that, the universe wants that for you. God wants that for you. But what God and the universe wants is what ours. But you don't even so much as read a book. You haven't so much as educated yourself. You just think you should just have it.
Right.
Okay, so what you
Right.
what you do?
It's like asking to win the lottery, but you never buy a ticket. So how you gonna win? How are you gonna achieve that?
It doesn't make sense.
No.
But and we're breaking it down in very
It's very basic.
very basic
it's not,
terms.
right.
But on a global and galactic and universal level, sometimes the universe is asking you, if you find yourself in the lack, like I love the way you put that when you're saying that you're coming from a place of lack, you're saying, oh, I need a new car. sometimes the universe is asking you, just like I said, some questions I asked, I didn't get an answer to.
Right.
Because sometimes the universe may be asking you a question in return.
Right.
Okay, so you want a new car, what you gonna do with it when you get it?
Right.
So now you really don't need it.
Right.
Because you don't have a plan for it.
So I'll say this. I want $25 million. That's what I want.
Oh, I like that. Now that's a nice, clean.
That's why I would love to have that.
Divisible by 5.
Yes, but so on my vision board, I have 25 million. But I also have what I'm going to do with that 25 million, which is first pay my tithes, create a foundation, buy some property. I have my top 5 things. Yes. Yes.
How many people can say that?
I don't know. That's what I learned as a part of my journey.
Right.
So it's not just what are you going to do with it? How does it benefit?
Yes.
It's not just the greed. Do you think greed is answered? I don't know if greed is answered.
I do. I think that's a good question. I do think greed is answered because hence in lies our politicians and our people who are in office who come from the area of greed. But
there's always a...
But you gotta go back to the universal law.
Mm-hmm.
The law works whether it's in your favor
or not.
The universal laws, and I want to encourage everyone who's listening to this video, I'm sure everyone heard the concept of universal laws, but if you haven't, I encourage you to just Google universal laws and read those and see what those universal laws are, because laws are things that cannot be broken. And these universal laws happen whether you give them permission to or not.
It has nothing to do with religion.
It doesn't.
It has nothing to do with spiritual belief.
It's just how the world operates.
How it operates.
How our universe and how the energy operates. Mm-hmm. And I would encourage you, it's very interesting to know the universal laws. And then it puts things into a lot of perspective, because the reason why I say yes, greed is answered is because that thought may be a negative thought or avoided thought or an evil thought. But if you put enough energy behind anything,
right,
it's going to produce, y'all.
Because I think the universe is like neutral. My husband and I have this conversation all the time. Like, how do good things keep happening to bad people? Why don't you say greed is answered? And I try to explain, like, yes, it's the energy behind it, because the universe is neutral. It's just reflecting what you put out. So you have these people who understand this law, because it's about universal laws. They understand it and use it to their benefit. Mm-hmm. Again, not saying that there may not be other consequences or whatever that happen later, because there are 6, 7 universal laws, I believe.
Some people say there's many as 12, but I believe there are 7. The 7 bases.
Right. So, yeah, it can happen. And all that judgment thing that we put on it from a man basis has nothing to do with how it operates.
It has nothing to do with it.
We man it down so we can understand it, but the concepts and ideas are really much bigger.
Yeah, because I think one way that it got watered down or dummied down was the 10 Commandment concept. I think the 10 Commandment concept, by giving man these set rules that they have to obey, I believe that dummied down, people truly learning how the universe equates energy and how the universe operates. And I've said this before. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
I think that was a way to cloud that. Of course, don't kill your neighbor. Okay, well, why didn't you just say the law of everything reciprocates? So. Okay, so I know that we'll be closing this soon, but you just struck something with me. So next time we do this, and I can't wait if you invite me again. Of course. So can we talk about the 10 Commandments? Can we talk about the 42 laws of Ma'at? And can we talk about the universal laws? Yeah. Can we cover those? That, like you just said, the conversation you have with your husband is like, why does good things always happen to bad people? Okay, and one of the things that I really learned from this, and I promise we're getting ready to end this, y'all, but I really learned, like, who am I to say who the bad person is? I had to learn that because that was coming from my ego person. Yes. Who am I to say Nicole doesn't deserve that new house, or Nicole doesn't deserve to win that lottery? Right. I learned from studying those laws, who am I to say that? And then the second thing is, I don't know your spiritual cycle. True. So maybe we can talk about spiritual cycle in the next part too. So we're going to leave it there. Like and share. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Send it to somebody that you think will find it interesting. Leave your comments. And again, you can always follow me on Instagram at Donna E. Knight. And you can follow Nicole on
Instagram at rootsdata1619.
All right. Thank you guys for watching.